After 2 years I finally get to set foot in these Martian caverns again. That's right, Blind Descent has another playtest. But this time, it's public, so everyone can join. There's about 3 to 5 hours worth of content if you follow the main quest line and do some exploring. But without any further ado, let's drill down into Mars and start our journey. After choosing our big man Daniel, who seems to have gone bald since he took his profile picture, we get ready for our mission. We are working for a company named Hyperion, which discovered a large open cavern below the surface of Mars. And we are the first team to delve down here, but something went wrong, and we crashed. We woke up in a random cave all alone, except for our sarcastic, overpriced watch.
Good, you're finally awake.
He informs us that there are other survivors, but we are the only people in his search radius. And while it does not describe how far he can scan, looking at later quests I estimate it to be around 500 meters max. With not much here and the AI not willing to talk to us until we move our lazy ass out of the tunnel, we get to walking. Turns out there's a lush and beautiful jungle hidden down here. The Holowatch advises us to pick up the scanner that was on the ground at the end of the tunnel, as it would come in handy. But being blind as always, I did not see it and just jumped down. Luckily the devs were smart and automatically added it to your inventory in case you would jump down without grabbing it, so there were no issues there. With our little device in hand, I started scanning everything. Most of them said the same thing, that they did not see any crafting use for them, and similar to our AI watch, it was pretty mean to the plants and called them useless. Don't worry little buddies, you're not useless. Just misunderstood. Now I don't know who made these devices, but I think they need a hug. After I scanned everything on the cliff, I swan dived into a pool of water, and this is where the game really begins. Our waterproof wrist toaster explained that we humans have basic needs, like food and water. If we find any fruit, it will tell us if they are edible. After I scanned this one, it said it was safe to eat, while my scan told me the opposite. I decided to trust our little watch and ate the alien corn.
Your favorite food, apparently.
It was bad for us. Besides straight up lying to us, it also made fun of us. Dude, we could have died here. A little up ahead I found a blue creeper plant. Scanning this one indicates that it was safe for consumption. So I harvested every fruit I could, and in order to eat them you have to rip out the seeds one by one. Yeah, this is one of those jobs for you when you are chilling at the base having a conversation with your friends that turn a little too real. Sadly, this playtest does not have any multiplayer, so we'll have to get in my seed removal reps whenever I can. Up next, we had to learn how to craft an axe. All it took were a few rocks that were laying on the ground, vines that grew on trees, and sticks that you could get by kicking large plants. Finally, something more unique than punching bushes. With all the items at hand, I sat down and made a basic axe. This next part, I think, would have been better if they did it in reverse order, but we had to build a campfire. This is used to cook food, purify water, and keep the enemies away at night. However, this showed off the building system of this game, which is blueprint based, where you place a ghost structure down and bring all the items to it to finish the build. Now that we had a fire source, we needed something to carry the water in, as still water is dangerous to drink, so we needed to be able to bring it back to base and boil it. This part took me a while. The Holowatch told us that it would give us a shout whenever it found something we could use, and I don't know how it sees, but sure, spoiler alert, turns out it can't see, as I spent 10 minutes running around until I was scanning a tree and I noticed that it had a recipe for a water skin. Unfortunately, in order to chop this one down, we needed a chainsaw. At least that's what I assume if I looked at the icon when hovering over it. I decided to chop down a smaller tree in the hopes that whatever the big ones dropped, the smaller ones did as well and we could make that water skin. Well, they did not. But something else happened.
Can you see that strange growth over there? On the tree you cut earlier. Either way, it wasn't there before. You should scan it.
I don't know what's going on here, but gameplay wise I imagine this is done so the trees that you chop down will respawn over time, which is pretty cool. And at this point it was starting to get dark, so I grabbed a few logs and ran home. And this is where I found my first nemesis, tiny climbable steps. For some reason, instead of just raising his feet slightly higher, or throwing whatever you're carrying slightly forward, Daniel just drops it as he bends down to climb over it, so those logs are now gone forever. I quickly forgot about that, as when I got back to base, a weird clump had appeared. The LED screen on steroids is unsure of what it is, but it's safe to assume that it's a part of the regeneration system that this planet has, similar to the trees, as it only appears near the structures we built. Unsure what to do next, as it sounded dangerous to leave the campfire at night, I did some food prep and crafting. Right next to us was a tree, and since we lost the logs earlier, I wanted to harvest this one. After scanning it, it turned out that this was a palm tree. So I looked up, and I saw coconuts. I quickly chopped one down as that would be the vessel for our water. It was right next to us this entire time. Now that we have food, water, and a safe spot, we needed a place to sleep. Lying down on the ground's apparently not good for a person, like he must be past his 30s or something. However, a bed made out of sticks seems to do the job, and luckily everything was close by to our fire. So I quickly put it together and went to sleep. And this is where the quests let go a little and let you do your own thing. However, if you're unsure what to do next, the devs did implement a system called adaptions. And this is where you can complete tasks like craft armor, build a workbench. So it's more of a to-do list rather than anything, but it can guide you to the next step if you're stuck. Talking about that workbench, that is what I wanted to get next, as it would expand our crafting capability. I chopped down some trees, split them in two, and built it. And it was just a small table. Well, if it works, I guess. While getting the supplies for a new bedside table, we received an emergency call from one of our fellow crewmates.
Can anyone read me? This is Arkan. Hello. I made it to the rendezvous point. I'm hurt badly. Are you there? Captain? Anna? Is anyone else alive?
It sounded very urgent, but going in unprepared didn't sound like a smart idea. Not only that, but it was nearing nighttime as well. So I spent the rest of the day, and maybe the following day, crafting wooden armor, a sword, and a spear. After another full night's rest, a full water container, and a ton of food, I was ready to venture deeper inside the jungle and find a friend. Alright, I think I'm ready to go out and save Hakon. Let's see how this is gonna go. I imagine it's gonna be quite dangerous. The dude didn't get injured for nothing. Wait, did I see that right? This dude got murdered by the plant, by the pumpkin? Alright, pumpkin, get out of here. Oh, I did not mean to kick his body. I just wanted to grab him. Yeah, I mean, let's get the food. We have to process it into smaller chunks. Alright, well, we'll probably deal with that later. Seems like this plant will hydrate us a little bit, so that is good to take with us as well. Not great, it's raining. Right, I can see a cave entrance. This is leading to this giant spire. There are some dudes up there, they're just chilling. I don't think they're meant to be stuck in place like that. Big open area, which is kind of concerning. But alright, here we are. That doesn't look good, man. Why did you leave us?
We thought you were dead. Found no life signs. Elevator was ash. Jake tried to reach you on comms, but there was nothing from you. Captain made the call. Move or die waiting. Many times. All comms are down. There's no power. Jake reckoned the crash killed everything. Captain said rescue would take at least 2 weeks. We couldn't wait around that long. Had to survive. Look where that get us. After the crash, we found this place. We needed water. Had to survive. But the monsters, huge white things, they came for us. We all just ran. Got separated. This pillar was our agreed meeting point. If something ever split us up, I made it here. The others? I don't know. They never came.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Help? No. Not for me. Not now. Nothing but a miracle could help me now. You got one of them? Didn't think so. Just go, Pathfinder. There's nothing you can do for me.
Well, that's kind of messed up, man. I mean, we got some restorative, weird clumps that are forming, so maybe they can fix you. Seeing as we were apparently dead, because there were no life signs on the comms, I wonder if that happened to us. I'll stay with you until the end, man.
He's already here for me, friend.
Well, that isn't going to be very long then, man. It was kind of crazy. He was hanging on long enough to tell us basically everything we were asking him. Until we were like, we will stay with you till the end, man. And then, no more questions left. He just died. Rest in peace, Hakon. What he said stuck with me. We were supposedly dead according to their scanners. With all the regenerative properties we've seen so far on this planet, I wonder if it was also able to restore us for some reason. So getting to Hakon did not lead us to the battles I was expecting it would. However, we will soon enter the first dungeon of the game, and it advised us to gear up with a lantern and a bow. I built a quick camp not too far from the entrance and collected the items for the lantern. This was pretty simple, as all we needed were the glowing fruits and some vines. The bow, on the other hand, that was going to be a problem. While we learned that we could craft it, I was missing one of the items that I had not found yet. I imagined this was some sort of string, but it was just a recommendation. So I left that problem for another day and made my way inside. Huh. Did not expect this. I got an alien battery. Oh, I got a bed. How nice. I'm guessing this is where the battery goes? Oh, nice. It's lit up now.
Now every living thing in the vicinity knows exactly where to find us.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't smart, eh? This place was filled with silkworms, and while they died in one hit, the sheer amount of them would end up breaking a few weapons, so I highly recommend bringing backups if you do this by yourself. Yeah, expected you would behind a little wall. Sneaky mofo. Ooh, what's that? Yeah, this is probably why they wanted you to have the ranged weapon, I guess. But he's quite easy to kill, that's for sure. And I didn't mean to kick him there. These alien halls remind me of the facilities you find in Sons of the Forest, combined with the alien architecture that you find in those caves as well. There were a lot of tubes, and it looked like they were growing something down here. Going in deeper, we found a terminal that explained that there was a biocontamination incident in one of the vaults. And opening the next door, I think we found the vault they were talking about. These halls were covered in a disgusting flesh-looking infection. The enemies here looked kinda different as well, and they were called infested silkworms. Overall, there were a few puzzles we needed to solve, but what stood out to me most was the sheer scale of the place. There were many rooms, but besides building tension, most of these were empty, and or just had one-hit enemies in them. This counted for the chests as well, so I'm guessing that the dungeon was stripped of its resources, as they were either not done yet or not needed for the playtest. After 30 minutes or so, I got to the boss room. But it wouldn't be as easy as going in and defeating it. We had to power up the main hall in order to release it. And the reason why we would even bother releasing what looked like a highly dangerous mega insect that could easily cut our head clean off was because whoever the alien scientists were, they thought it would be a smart idea to hand the admin keycard to an intern who presumably dropped it in the tank while they were freezing it. And we needed the keycard to get back out of here, as we jumped down quite a deep hole to get here. Which honestly is another huge design flaw on their part. But after some time, we found all the batteries and released the Silkworm Queen. Alright. Activate the tube. Defeat the monster. Alright, we did decent damage to it. I can barely see. I am kinda stuck in his tube. Do a couple quick stabs. He doesn't deal that much damage, that's great, but I imagine his acid attack does. One die, you infected boy. Or queen, I guess. Oh my god, I lost him. I lost him. I can hear him this way. He's somewhere over here. It's not? Oh, there it is. I see it. You think you could hide from me? It disappeared, and I am coughing. Whoop whoop whoop. Holowachi glitching, man. Let's scan this first, man. Severe exposure detected, that's not good. I can't see a darn thing. Okay. We have some superpower now. Let's keep on going. Oh, my ears, man. Ow. I think we passed out. Not for that long, though. Our hunger and thirst are still good.
It seems you've returned to reality. Now, I've never mollycoddled you before, Pathfinder, and I won't do it now. That plant you touched, it changed you. On a genetic level. Your body now shares biomarkers with the alien fauna around us. In a way, You're a part of this whole ecosystem now. This connection you have with these alien creatures, I've called it symbiosis. The more infected you become, the more like them you become. I'm unable to fully predict what that means for you. You could be gaining new abilities or slowly losing yourself. I just don't know yet. The ability you had to open up the way out, that's a part of the mutation.
It sounds like we're a big key now.
Look, that's everything I have for you right now. I know there's a lot to take in, but if I let you dwell on things, we could lose our opportunity to escape this place. We need to find a way out of here, now.
And I do kinda love how our watch doesn't even care about our well-being, and just created a list of the new mutant powers we had, while also telling us to shut up and to get out of here. And so we did. We went up the very convenient elevator and opened a weird flash-covered door. This led us back outside and to the end of the playtest. And I will say, this game went into a crazy direction. It looks completely normal on the surface as just another survival game similar to Green Hell or The Forest. But it has a very interesting infection twist to it, and I can't wait to see how we will use these newfound powers throughout the rest of the game once it releases. But at this point you can explore the rest of the early section of the map and build a house, but I'd rather hold off on that until the game actually comes out, which is hopefully soon. So with that, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.